Hi everyone, welcome to the continent of Africa. This is a brief explanation of the following items on each of the country measured on this channel: the geography, the culture, the languages, climate, tourism, some of the emblematic places of interest, and the diversity of the ethnic groups living in harmony in one country. I wish you will broaden your knowledge by listening to the video. I believe that joining effort will make it possible to improve the cross-cultural understanding and global awareness among the nations in order to develop perception and inclusion of the strange. I thank you so much for your time and interest. Welcome to Equatorial Guinea. Here goes the geography. The Republic of Equatorial Guinea is located in West Central Africa with an area of 28,000 square kilometers. It was formerly Spanish Guinea on the western coast of Africa, formerly called Fernando Po, and several islands in the Gulf of Guinea, the largest of which is Bioko. The other islands are Anobon, Corisco, Elobe Grande, and Elobe Chico, with a population of 722,254 inhabitants. That's the 2014 census estimate. The capital and largest city is Malabo. Equatorial Guinea's land boundaries total 528 kilometers. It borders Cameroon in the north and Gabon in the east and south. Spanish Guinea, as it was then called, gained independence from Spain on October 12, 1968. It is Africa's only Spanish-speaking country. The ethnic groups. I've selected the ethnic group with higher population and the languages widely spoken among the nation. The majority of the people of Equatorial Guinea are of Bantu origin. The largest tribe, the Fang, is indigenous to the mainland, but substantial migration to Bioko Island has resulted in Fang dominance over the earlier Bubi inhabitants. The Fang constitute 80% of the population and are divided into 67 clans. The Bubi, who constitute 15% of the population, are indigenous to Bioko Island. In addition, there are coastal tribes collectively referred to as Ndowe or Playeros. That's the beach people in Spanish. On Bioko, these groups compose 5% of the population. Two small groups of pygmies also inhabit the country: the Beyele and the Bokin. Their population is dwindling and have been subjected to heavy pressure from their neighbors, who don't even consider them as human. Some Europeans, largely of Spanish or Portuguese descent, among them mixed with African ethnicity, also live in the nation. Equatorial Guinea received Asians and black Africans from neighboring countries as workers on cocoa and coffee plantations, and Asians are mostly Chinese with small numbers of Indians. Equatorial Guinea also allowed many fortune-seeking European settlers of other nationalities. Languages: Spanish, French and Portuguese are the official languages and spoken as second languages. Spanish is the language of education, and for this reason, a majority of the population, about 88%, can speak it, though only about 10 to 15% have a high competence in the language. Anobones speak a Portuguese Creole named Anobones as their first language. Asians and other Europeans speak their own languages. Foreign Africans speak their native languages and their nation's official languages. English and Igbo for Nigerians, English for Cameroonians and Liberians, French for Cameroonians and Gabonese, and Portuguese for Angolans and Mozambicans. The latter was made an official language since July 13, 2007. 82% of first foreign language learners choose the French language and 18% the English language. Equatorians tend to have both a Spanish first name and an African first and last name. When written, the Spanish and African first names are followed by the father's first name, which becomes the principal surname, and the mother's first name. Thus, people may have up to 4 names with a different surname for each generation. The culture. On the other hand, it might be of interest to know some of the emblematic places for cultural and tourism purposes. Equatorial Guinea has a rich and diverse culture. Migration from the 18th century onwards have led to cultural diversity that is reflected in the country's music, arts, and language. Equatorial Guinea retains the European influence in its architecture and multiracial languages. However, indigenous languages and beliefs still have a role in modern life, particularly for ethnic groups. Aboriginal languages such as Fang, Bubi, Enga, Ndowe, and others are seen as an integral part of the national culture that must be preserved. Many Equatorial Guineans take part in Asian customs within their communities, including music, art, and storytelling. Climate. The climate of both the continental region and the island is typically equatorial, with high temperatures, heavy rainfall, and much cloud cover most of the year. Local variations are due to differences in altitude and proximity to the sea. The wet seasons in the continental region are from February to June and from September to December. Rainfall is higher on the coast than in the inland. Natural hazards is the violent windstorms, flash floods. Tourism. Equatorial Guinea has 2 of the deepest Atlantic seaports of the region, including the main business and commercial port city of Bata and Malabo. There are both air and sea connections between the 2 cities of Malabo and Bata. A few aging Soviet-built aircraft operated by several small carriers, one state-owned and the others private, constitute the national aircraft fleet. There are international connections out of Malabo to Madrid and Zurich in Europe and to Cotonou, Douala, and Libreville in West Africa. infrastructure is generally old and in poor condition. Surface transport is extremely limited at present, though road maintenance is underway. The African Development Bank is helping to improve the paved roads from Malabo to Luba and Riaba. The Chinese are undertaking a project to link Mongomo to Bata on the mainland, and the European Union is financing an interstate road network linking Equatorial Guinea to Cameroon and Gabon.